somebody want to tell me why we're hating on Tulsi Gabbard? Like, she's just the most poised, calm, cool, collected person who just wants to present her ideas in the most respectful way possible in everything I've ever seen her do. And yet we have people like Bari Weiss, whatever you want to say, The View, all these people just coming at her, vilifying her, characterizing her as some agent of a foreign agency. Like, it's like, what are we doing here? I don't think she's ever done anything to prove or even hint that she is opposed to America. I think she's done, if anything, so much to show that she's loyal and she wants to put America first and she wants to prioritize us and make sure that we're good. Endorsing Trump, I think, was a huge indicator of that. So very interesting. But before we get into these videos, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to resist the mainstream, because it ensures YouTube that you're enjoying these videos, and in turn, they will continually show up in your feed and they'll push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into these videos.
Kirsten Gillibrand. Oh, monstrous.
Monstrous?
Ideas.
Well, when she was 22, she had...
No, she's an Assad toady.
What does that mean?
She is
What's a toady?
I think that I used that word correctly. Jamie, can you check what toady means?
Like towing the line? Is that what it means?
No, I think it's like a Toadie.
What does that mean?
I think it means what I think it means.
Not you calling people things and not even know what it is you're calling them. This is like some woke leftist journalist who just wants to ascribe things to individuals she doesn't like. And it probably pisses her off even more so that Tulsi Gabbard used to be on her side and now she switched to the reasonable side, the logical side, the intelligent side. And obviously there's smart people on both sides. But I'm just saying, common sense is king here, and that is not on the left.
Toady, definition of toadies. A person who flatters or defers to others for self-serving reasons.
A sycophant.
So she's an Assad sycophant. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's known about her.
Like, what did she say that
we have to look.
her?
I don't remember the details.
We probably should say that before we say that about her. We should probably read it rather.
Well, I have read it.
No, I mean, we should right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just so we know what she said.
Look up
I've had her
Tulsi
on
Gabbard.
Here before. I really enjoyed talking to her. I like her a lot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I like talking to her.
Okay.
I like talking to her. I don't know about...
I think she's like the motherlode of bad ideas.
Whoa.
I'm pretty positive about that, especially on Assad, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong.
Well, my take on her was that I think as a person who's coming from the left, who's also a veteran and is very articulate and sensible and a woman, and in talking to her, we didn't get into Assad or any of those things, but talking to her about what she feels is wrong with the current administration and the way things are running and a direction she thinks things could go in. She had some very promising ideas. I didn't know about this.
But did she ever apologize for believing in conversion therapy?
I didn't even know she believed in conversion therapy.
Am I crazy?
You really want the answer to that question? It seems as if you have this strong disliking towards an individual and don't know why, because you keep asking yourself if you're right about what you're saying. That's interesting. You don't have to ask me twice if I think Joe Biden was a bad president, and I'm so happy that is the past tense now. Shout out to Trump being in office. I don't know if I've mentioned that this week. You should be able to, you don't have to know every single detail for why you don't like an individual politically, but you should be able to give something, and to ascribe specific attributes or titles unto a person and not know if what the title even represents is interesting, to say the least. That's just a kind way of putting it. So I don't know if I would ever take anything you said with anything more than multiple grains of salt, because that's you are giving, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's absolutely insane that you have a platform and you influence people's minds through your journalism. So anyways, we have another video with Tulsi Gabbard talking with The View, calling them out for their atrocious behavior towards her, and then a few other clips within this video as well. So let's get into this.
I want to start with something that I think is also important about facts, because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Yeah. Helping you out. Some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that. guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing. Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why.
I mean, you're on
here.
Tucker Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier.
We actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. That's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
So really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in such a way.
But you called her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. And
What's your evidence to that?
To change.
Well, can I?
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
she's a
I served
warmonger. How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq
Yeah.
that she championed. She championed a regime change war in Libya.
Did you not believe in that war?
I believe the lies that were told to us.
Well, so did she.
Oh, so she just gives multiple passes because not only was Tulsi lied to, she was lied to, and who was she lied to by? They always pass the blame to someone else. The justifications you give for people that align with them are actually insane. I won't even do that for my own people. I have. I'm not gonna say that I have in the past, but I have. But nowadays, like if you do something sus, I'm looking at you with a microscope. I'm looking at you with a magnifying glass, and I'm like, I don't know about this individual anymore. And I'm not saying I'm just gonna completely cut the person off, but I'm willing to acknowledge that, oh yeah, that was kind of sketchy. That was kind of sus. I didn't like that. Like, you don't need to be like, oh, because I'm on the left, I must condone and promote every ideal, every talking point, every behavior, because that's our side. That's not how it works. We're all human, we're all complex, we're all individuals, we all have our own motives and desires and things that like push us in. So that makes us go in different directions, and sometimes they align with us and sometimes they don't. All of us collectively. So I just hate the excuses, making excuses for her. It's complete baloney. She know it's not. You know she's not being genuine. She's just trying to make her side look good and make Tulsi look bad. Tulsi, you're a champ.
Look, it is indisputable to say anything other than the fact that Hillary. Let me just close this out. That Hillary Clinton, throughout her career, has led with a foreign policy of interventionism and being the world's police, going and toppling dictators in other countries that has caused such destruction and loss of life. I'm against that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's well known. And then obviously there's a situation that happened in 2016 with the Benghazi. Everyone, I feel like lately the Democrats have not been having a good track record with the military and the American lives. Like, they're not prioritizing keeping them safe. And I think Trump's already making deals to get these Israel hostages out. If they're not already out, or some of them. And but what was Biden doing, man? He was just sitting there sleeping, eating his ice cream. It's like, it's crazy what's happening here, that the right is seen as a more empathetic, caring side of its people. And the left is like the warmongers. That's interesting, because I feel like that was not the narrative years ago. It's ridiculous. Tulsi Gabbard, it seems to be a good woman. I don't know her personally, so I'm not gonna sit there and say she's, the best thing since sliced bread. I would just say she seems like a good person. She seems like she means well, and I don't think she's done anything to prove anything other than that, anything otherwise at all. And I think this is just a hit piece. It is a smear campaign, as they like to say, in the political sphere. And it's just unnecessary, unhelpful, unfruitful. We're going nowhere with this. So it's just ridiculous. But I hope that Tulsi Gabbard is able to prove these people wrong and maybe extend an olive branch to them. And I hope that they'll receive it and that things can just be sunshine and rainbows going forward, because this world is crazy and we need unification. All right, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. I would love to know what your thoughts are on this, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.